This video is on Picea abies, Norway spruce. This is in the Pinaceae, the pine family. The cone scale shape is flat, and the specific epithet abies means fir. So this species is native to Europe, but it's really commonly cultivated here in the United States, especially up north, but you still see some planted here in North Carolina. Spruce wood is really strong. Pound for pound, it's going to be stronger than steel. And Norway spruce wood is used to make musical instruments and also for lumber and pulpwood. So for ID, we'll start with the form. You'll notice this is an evergreen conifer with those nice upswept branches. And then the branchlets, the little twigs along the branch are going to droop. So we'll get in here closer. You can see how those branchlets against the sky really droop kind of pendulously off of the main branches. So that's a good thing to look for Norway spruce. This is the typical form, but you'll also see some dwarf kind of shrubby varieties and sometimes weeping ones too in cultivation. But this is what they usually look like here. Those nice upswept branches and those drooping twigs. So if we look at the twigs closer, you'll notice the new growth is this really bright orange color. So those nice bright orange twigs are key for ID. And then the needles are fairly short, but they're spiky, so they're going to be sharp to the touch. And if we peel one off, you'll see this little woody peg that comes off when you peel off one needle. That's called the sterigmata, and that's real key for all spruces. That woody peg that comes off when you pull a needle off the twig, the sterigmata. And these needles are also going to be kind of four-sided, so you can roll them between your fingers. And they're almost square in cross-section. They're not flat like hemlock needles. They're just bright green all over. They don't have those white bands you'll see on the underside of hemlock. So those needles are really key. And then if we look at the cones, so you see these cones up here, kind of a slender, elongated, pale brown with thin, papery scales. This is the first spruce we're learning. But all our other spruces have much shorter cones, so these really long cones are key. I've got one down here closer in my hand, so you can see kind of the scale there. A pretty elongated, skinny cone, no prickles or anything like that. Might be similar to white pine, but this one's going to have more scales. It's going to be a little flimsier, the scales are thinner, and it's not going to be sticky with sap like our white pine. So our keys for ID for this one are, again, those orange twigs with those spiky needles borne on sterigmata, these really long brown cones, and then that form with those drooping branchlets.